Hi, Mark. Thanks a lot for inviting us to the Native Space at Native Instruments. To set the scene, who is Native Instruments?
Yeah, for sure. So Native Instruments is one of the leading companies in the music software industry, developing software for musicians, music producers, and sound engineers. Yeah, there are many pieces right now that you can hear on the radio that are probably made with at least one of the products of Native Instruments.
So it's fair to say that it's, taking the old sort of analog world and having it meet the digital world and, gelling together with a modern music scene.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think what is so interesting for me is when we started to discuss, I remember you guys were, challenging us as well and saying, we need something which is going to, solve our needs. And then we also started to look at, what are those needs?
Yeah.
And I think if you go back and a couple of years, in retrospect, what would be the things that you guys were looking for? Because you already were established with, a proper website, have a lot of, digital initiatives going. So take us a bit back.
Yeah, sure. So back then, when we decided to change something in our infrastructural landscape, we saw that we have things that work fairly well and something we can improve on or modernize a little bit more. For us, it was very important to find something that fits in our already existing landscape. So we decided quite early that we wanted to find the best of breed, not so much a whole suit where we needed to adapt on. Since we do have a quite experienced engineering team already, it was also very important to us that we can actually take the ownership and develop something on our own with the applications that we're using.
What were the sort of key reasons why you guys went with Ibexa? We know that going through this evaluation process, there's always pros and cons. You can look at different vendors out there, and you will always find things that are, unique and things that are, are clearly trying to be sold as, the next wine, right?
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you really liked about the offering from Ibexa?
Ibexa offered quite a lot of features already, without forcing us to use a certain set of features. We understood immediately that with Ibexa we could have something that has quite a lot of offering, but we were flexible enough to adapt to other solutions on the market still. We're not only looking for another service or another product, but we also were very keen to look for a partnership in our endeavor into digital marketing, basically, and that was very important and led to the decision for Ibexa.
And when you say partner, what do you mean by that? Is it someone hand-holding? Is it someone challenging you? Is it let's try to.
Yeah, no, I mean, first and foremost, someone that actually listens to our needs and requirements, how we are used to work, and tries to find the best way with us to achieve our requirements.
So is that, when you think about the complexity that you guys represent, because we know that you do everything from, as you said, very sort of digital world to actually analog meeting digital, right? With, physical gear, such as keyboards, that will actually play together with data, actually, being digital. And is having this flexibility, how does that sit, internally? Because there are simple ways of spinning up a website.
Sure.
But I'm quite sure you guys had more mature needs and requirements.
Yeah, exactly. So we knew quite early that the website is one of the most important use cases for the data that we want to manage in the system, but not the only one. So we do have applications that could benefit from this exact same data as well. Back then, we had a couple of redundant systems just to make sure that all the systems, all the clients basically could consume their data in the way that they need it. So the idea was to implement something that could basically replace all these different redundant systems and can serve the data in multiple different ways to multiple different clients. So, and that was also one aspect. Quite interesting.
What are some of the outcomes that you see? We know that you're in a sort of transition phase as well. You're gone live with one of the initiatives, so isotope.com, but we also know you have bigger things being planned.
Yeah.
But what are some of the outcomes, as an organization that you see after you decided to take Ibexa on board? Has it, created any sort of energy internally, as an example?
When we started introducing the Ibexa, or the idea of Ibexa, to the other departments, they came up with their own ideas how to use that, and so Ibexa opened the mind and opened the creativity for additional ideas. So, and not only on marketing side, but also on engineering side, we were quite stuck with what we had back then. Changes were quite hard to do, and with such a system like Ibexa, freed up quite a lot of energy, and we saw some very interesting potential in there that we're still following up on right now.
I think it's very interesting because we've also had, a lot of Zoom calls, for instance, where we've been discussing on, your requirements, and where you sometimes have challenged us. And, even today, when we will meet up with our product management team, right? You still kind of throw ideas out there, and we try to look, does this make sense, or is it something you guys should customize on your end, for instance? And I think this interaction for us is so important because it really allows us to understand how you guys want to work with the technology and the platform. But I'm sure, if we're having this honest discussion, then there's also things that may not have, gone exactly as you thought. And any things that you would like to share that may not have been exact to what you were thinking?
I mean, there is no such thing than a silver bullet, right? There is no system or application solution that solves all your problems. And one thing that we've learned with that initiative is that you need to be, with a complex infrastructure that we have, and also have introducing such a powerful new application, you need to be very clear on what you want to achieve first. And we've learned on the way that some of the ideas we had were maybe a bit too complex. We right now try to first solve things as simple as possible, and then grow with that or extend on that. That was one specific thing just recently where we and also this is something when you have such a system that can be connected so easily, and you want to leverage that, and we tried to connect to a third-party system just recently, and this didn't work out as we expected, and we needed to get back and reconsider and think of something else. So again, if there is no such thing then a silver bullet, and you need to be very aware of what you are actually doing with such a powerful system, actually.
So if we're going to do, the time traveling, the time machine, and what you know today, if you're going to pass that information or that, learning back to Mark, say a year ago, anything that you would have clearly mentioned and said, yeah, this is something that we need to be aware of. You touched on some of it, but is it the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, or is it the fact that there are other aspects that you need to prioritize?
Complexity comes automatically, so keep it simple at the start helps a lot. And then also be very aware of priorities. What is actually the most valuable part you want to start with? Probably not only with Ibexa, with every powerful system that you introduce, you will raise quite some desire in the company, and you need to manage the expectations, and you need to focus, right? And this is oftentimes, a quite challenging task.
Yeah, exactly. It's a prioritization game.
Yeah.
Right? So looking at it from, if you're going to give any advice to, anyone who would be evaluating, be it Ibexa or other type of digital experience platforms, any sort of general type of feedback that you would give, or is it the KISS principle purely?
Invest enough time upfront in really defining your goals. I guess this is.
Sounds like a smart
Yes.
based on someone.
I mean, it sounds like so easy, but it's oftentimes, I mean, you think you know what you want, and then you on the way you see, oh, that's actually not exactly what I had in mind, or it doesn't work out like you thought it would. So you investing a little bit more time and testing out possible options is quite valuable, I guess.
That's very interesting. It's I think, as you said, there's no silver bullet, and I think everyone knows that, and having gone through those transformation processes. Today, as you said, you're embarking on a journey. You've started. What are some of the next things that you guys have, planned going forward? What are the things you're looking into?
I mean, we're still having quite a complex infrastructure. We are still continuing in simplifying that. We want to get rid of a couple of other systems that we still run, and we want to look into headless, how we can actually move into that domain a little bit further. Also thinking about the different clients that we want to serve. But these are the key parts, basically.
We really value the feedback, and it's coming from the product management as well. When I sit down and I speak to them, and they say, yeah, so interesting when I speak to Mark and the team, and we're being challenged. And sometimes we can come back and we can say, yeah, this is either possible, but you have to go a different route, or we have to say, at the moment this is not possible, and it's also a part of the game. So but thanks a lot for taking the time. Really appreciate it. And let's see what you guys are going to do going forward.
Thank you.
Thanks.